Welcome back, traders. Second portion of our show. Just getting a little continuation of the trend here after the jobless claims and the PPI creeped up. Just made a 12.20 a quarter high here. Poised to test yesterday's Globex high at 12.26 and a quarter. Dennis, what do you got on the plate for us for market movers?
Do you have a merger? And it's an all-stock merger, Joel. We've been seeing a lot of cash mergers, not a lot of all-stock ones. So here's one for you arbitrage players out there. NVLS, Novellus getting acquired by Lam Research, LRCX. Ratio, Novellus will receive 1.125 shares of LRCX. So anyway, it's got Novellus trading up here 8 points and Lam Research trading down just a little bit, down 68 cents. Blast from the past. This is how they always used to work, Joel. You get the acquirer action trading down a little bit and the one getting acquired going up. So anyways, so that's going to be your ratio. Obviously, technicals on NVLS will now follow more LRCX. So Lam Research trading at 38.80 right now.
Okay, initially they really pounded that thing, that Lam Research, in the pre-market. They did get it down under $37. They actually got it to 36.80. So I think they're a little bit of a panic trade there, only about 300 shares going off. So little old lady from Pasadena that's traded in the pre-market freaked out there and sold it at 36.80. Coming back and looking at the actual daily chart here, you have a 38.56 low back on November 30th, and that's filling the gap from 38.07 from the previous day from our post-Thanksgiving trading. So I'll use that 38, Dennis, as a good level. I really don't see it getting back down to that 37. If in fact it does, keep an eye on that pre-market low at 36.80. Because we had a double bottom back in late November there at 36.59 and 36.96. Coming back up on the upside, managed to get back to 39.50 after that pop, so I imagine you'll get some good resistance there. That kind of coincides nicely with yesterday's low at 39.26. So 39.26 to 50 on the upside, and $38 on the downside should be the early range in Lam Research.
Teradyne getting a sympathy move with that merger, Joel, TER, trading up 13.54 right now after closing 12.88. It was trading up after hours after that merger was announced as well into this same area. So it looks like it's going to want to open this 13.50 area somewhere. When I look at the Teradyne chart, I do see some resistance up at 14, so I wonder if it'll test that today.
Actually, it's 13.85 and 13.86. They're the highs from. They're the highs.
You always get precise on me, which is good. I like precision.
Well, that's what the charts say. 13.85, 13.86. And just coincidentally, it traded 13.84 in the pre-market. So I'm looking, if it can bust through that area, Dennis, at least I'd be looking for the 14.20 level. Coming back on the downside, I'd find support right at yesterday's high, which was 13.26.
FedEx announcing earnings this morning, and they're good. 77.29 is where it closes, trading 80.40 right now, up over $3. So FedEx getting a real nice lift here. I was looking at the chart and I was thinking maybe 80 provides some resistance. It's trading above there now, so I'd use that for a swing number. Obviously keep an eye on UPS. That's probably going to have some type of sympathetic move. It's trading up $72 after closing at 70.64. So UPS going to get a lift off those FedEx earnings as well, Joel.
Yeah, well, Dennis, someone's stepping in here at the 80.50 level. We've had a high just in the pre-markets. The last couple 5 minutes bars have been right around this 80.50 level. Frankly, Dennis, above this 80.50 level, I mean, you're looking at the 2-day high at 82.41. The previous day's high at 82.18. I mean, that would have the stock up $5 on the day. So pretty lofty projections there. But I'll use this 80.50 right now as a swing number. If it can open up there and hold there, I think we'd be poised to test the 82 level. Coming back on the downside, you got a long way to go to get to yesterday's high, which was 679.07.
What about the UPS, Joel? Maybe we can give some numbers just on UPS just because it looks like it's going to have a pretty strong sympathetic move as well. I see that 72, and we topped out there back in October. What do you think?
Yeah, it is getting a little bounce here up $1.36. I see the 72.46 level, which was the 2-day high. I think that'd be your first stopping point for UPS. So far, Dennis, in the pre-market, we've topped out at $72. Hasn't traded above there, so I'd use that 72 as a swing number. Above that, look for the 72.46. Coming back on the downside, if it got a little bit of pullback here, I think you'd find support to 71.40, which was yesterday's high.
We got Honeywell reaffirming guidance here too. Here's an interesting one. On that news, it actually tanked, got as low as $50.27, and now it's rallied back up. It's 52.25, so closing at 51.55 now. Bid heavily at 52.25. So it looks like Honeywell actually is going to open stronger on the day, Joel, after a little wild ride there.
Yeah, someone must have been misinterpreting the news or whatever to get a print of 3,600 shares here. And that panic between 8 and 8.10, 50.03 low, solidly $2 above that. So don't expect to see that. Instead, I'd look to find support here at we're trading right at yesterday's high here, Dennis. Here's an interesting one for you. Use that 52.25 level as a swing number. If in fact we hold the 52.25, Dennis, I'll tell you, I don't see really anything up going to this double top at 53.87. A nice little wall there forming at 54.
We got Deckers, D-E-C-K. It's downgraded Stern Agee. I'm not seeing anything else there on that, Joel, so it's down $7 though, so I'm going to recheck the news here again. I didn't get a chance to really look at it closely, but you wouldn't think a downgrade would knock $7 off a stock like that, unless they said some really bad stuff with the downgrade report. I'll try to check news before the end of the show here and see if there's something else on DECK happening, but it's trading 88.10 right now after closing at 95.59, so that stock is killed. I'm looking at the chart just from a purely technical perspective. 85 bucks looks pretty big to me, Joel. Maybe it's going to go down and test that.
Yeah, 85.75 was a low that you had back in October. Looking at where this thing is trading in the pre-market, we'll have to keep an eye on this level. You got a little panic here, 87.32, so I would keep an eye on that on the downside. Every time it's popped up near 90, it's met some pretty good resistance. This is the maker of UGG boots, right? Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, it's a retailer, so
yeah, they make UGGs,
sure, yeah,
and I know a lot of people wear them, and I know that they're a very popular brand. In fact, my wife and my girls each have a couple pair of them, so I'm definitely a buyer in this family. But to me, they're like winter boots that you can't really wear in the winter because they're these fluffy fur and stuff, and if you wear them and you're getting really wet, they get ruined. So maybe people are just realizing that these winter boots are really not winter boots, and they're taking the stock down because I don't understand them. But that's my take on it.
They're taking her down here hard. That's $7 is a lot for a downgrade, and I just rechecked the news again. I don't see anything jumping out at me besides that downgrade. So they must have said some really bad stuff because stock's trading down $7. NDSN is one that reported earnings there after the bell last night. That's Nordson Corp, and it's trading at 43.68 right now after closing at 4. The low this morning is 43.39. It's trading a little bit lower than that last night. I don't know if you can find where it was trading last night. I didn't jot it down there, Joel. I'm looking at the chart here, and I do see some initial support at 42. What do you think overall on that one?
I think that this is a wild child here. Nordson, do you know what they do, Dennis, by the way?
You're going to throw me under the bus on this one.
Yeah,
I can go find out for it. I should research those ones when they're, and I should know that you're going to be going to ask me that when you get some small company. It says that it's it's in the industry of industrial machinery. So this is one that I'm not really too familiar with. We are technical traders more than fundamental, so a lot of times we don't care what they do, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to know what industry they're in. So
right.
That's the industry.
Well, so far this stock looks like a trade by appointment only here. We traded down to 41, traded down to 41.50 in the pre-market, Dennis. 100 share tick there. I really don't think we'll be seeing that level. Now we're bouncing up at this 43.68 level, so I see a little stopping point at 44. So where this thing goes between 41.50 and 44 is anybody's choice. Really keep an eye on this 44.34 level. That was yesterday's low. So really until you can get above and hold that level, I'd interpret this news as bad for Nordson Company.
That's all I've really got for you today, Joel. Obviously trading up 14 now, so a lot of stocks getting left. Looks like financials are leading the way. We've got Citigroup up over 2%, JP Morgan trading up 75 cents. So financials look like they're going to be relatively strong here. Pretty much everything's getting a pretty good bounce here today, Joel. Even the commodity stocks are looking really strong.
Okay, yeah, we're still just kind of creeping up, maintaining that early morning trend, just keep making incremental new highs, trading right near Tuesday's close here at 12.20 and a quarter. Really look like we're poised to test this 12.26 and a quarter, which was Wednesday's Globex high. Interestingly, folks, we've already, did a majority of what our average daily range is, so our target on the day is only 4.5 points away. So you got some good action overnight. We'll see if you get continuation moves for the remainder of the day, or you just get some backing and some filling. That's our show for today, folks, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.